Buongiorno, my name is Francesco and welcome to Tortellino's Den. Today I'll be cooking an Italian classic. It's a frittata di patate, which stands for potatoes frittata, of course. I will be using three medium white potatoes already peeled, but also I will be making a slight different modification and experiment. I've never tried this before, so it's a first. I will be adding also a sweet potato to the mix to see what it's like. So let's get cracking. I have already peeled the potatoes. They are approximately 300 grams. I will be adding the same quantities in sweet potatoes. So broadly I'll cut this in the middle, keep the rest for later, and peel it. In Italy, sweet potatoes are called American potatoes. Clearly that is because their origin is from South America, and between the 15th and the 18th century, when European discovered sweet potatoes in South America, they brought them to Europe, and in Italy they adopted the name American potatoes to distinguish them from normal potatoes. Of course, normal to us. Maybe in South America these are normal potatoes. Who knows? There we go, I just weighed them, and they are just under 600 grams. So we've got 50-50 split between sweet and normal white potatoes. Next I will be pouring a little olive oil in a pan. This is the pan I will be also using for the frittata eventually. And while the oil is cold, it doesn't really matter, I'm going to add my potatoes. Put the lid on and give them a little mix. And turn the temperature on max for the first couple of minutes until they've start going, and then we will turn it down. So they are beginning to sizzle. I will leave them with the lid on, turn the temperature down on a medium temperature such as number 5 or maybe number 4, mine is 1 to 9. And I'll let them cook in their own steam. The potatoes are going to take a good 20 to 25 minutes to cook, so in the meantime I'll break 6 eggs. These are little eggs, locally sourced from a farm, an egg farm, and I'm using 6. But if you've got large eggs, most probably you'll get away with 5 or even 4. This is an interesting looking one. This chicken must have got creative. Give the eggs a quick whisk and grate some cheese. I'm using cheddar. I would like today to use something a little bit creamier than normal, but you can use any cheese you like. Of course, if you were to use something like Parmesan or Pecorino or indeed Grana, they would also be very nice, but I would avoid using mozzarella in this case because you do want the cheese to carry quite a bit of flavour. Again, you don't need to go mad, most probably there's the equivalent of about 70 grams in there. And add the cheese to the eggs, a little salt. I haven't put any salt in the potatoes and I'm not going to. And some pepper. Quantities to your liking, of course. Don't forget to keep an eye on your potatoes, of course. They're beginning to smell very nice, and some of them are already beginning to brown. So we'll give them a little stir and carry on cooking. I've got a little rosemary here, fresh from my garden, which I'm going to remove from the stem. You can use rosemary, you can use oregano, you can use any spices or herbs of your liking. I think that rosemary is a great herb to go with this dish, especially with the potatoes. However, make sure that if you do use rosemary, that you do chop it very finely, otherwise you'll find big chunks in your mouth while you're eating your frittata, and that can be unpleasant. And we add it to the egg. One final mix. And we wait now for the potatoes. The potatoes have been cooking for approximately 15 minutes, and you could actually most probably use them as they are already. However, I'm going to remove the lid now and let them cook for a further 5 to 10 minutes to see if I can get them a little bit crunchier. You can see that some of them have already got a nice brown side at bottom and so on. So I will leave them to get them a little bit crunchier. Okay, I think the potatoes are done. I'm going to just try them. By the way, you could eat them like this, just add a little salt, pepper, maybe some chopped rosemary. Delicious as they are. I'm going to try a little sweet potato. They're cooked. A bit bland as there is no salt, but they're perfectly okay. And a normal potato, normal to me. Perfect. I'm going to turn the heat down, and as they are, I will just add them to my mix with the egg, the cheese, and everything else. Don't worry that they are piping hot. That's perfectly okay, because we're going to be putting them back in on the heat immediately anyway. So we will give them a gentle stir. Add a little bit more olive oil at the bottom of your pan. Again, not a lot. And literally just pour it in. Leave the temperature at a medium heat, as it's already hot, and just initially start mixing it. The temptation is to just put the lid on, not yet, just mix it. Carry on mixing it until you get a sticky frittata, and then you can stop mixing it and do some modeling so that you're getting ready for your final frittata shape. I just really push it down as much as I can to ensure that it's as level as it can be. And now we can put the lid on, and again make sure that you leave it on a low temperature. My temperature at the moment is number 3, which is very low, 1 to 9 to give you some context. If I was to put it on number 2 or number 1, it would take far too long. I would still be here tomorrow morning. Clearly number 4 would be too strong and it could burn underneath, whereas actually number 3 is a nice cruising temperature, and it will be cooking throughout, and then we can flip it over. So our frittata has been cooking for a good 7 minutes on number 3, and I think it's time to flip it over. You can tell by putting your rubber spatula around the edges, and you can see that it's all in one piece. So hopefully it should work. To flip it over, put a plate on top of your pan. Be careful not to burn yourself, and gently, just decisively turn it over. And there it is. We are now going to do the other side. Just slide it in. Again, with the help of your spatula, reposition it in place. And I'm now going to let it cook, but without the lid on. It's a lovely smell of potatoes and rosemary coming up, which is incredible. This is the sort of color you're looking for, color grading. Nice browny color, golden color, not burnt of course, and we will be keeping it on for most probably a further 2-3 minutes before we flip it again. Still on a low temperature. The frittata has already cooked most probably 3/4 of the way. It's just that the bottom part need to be finished and browned. If you're worried that your frittata might be stuck to the bottom, just lift it and you can see that it's all very loose and it's actually almost ready. So no need to be worried, just relax and enjoy your cooking. So 3 minutes have gone by, I'm now going to flip it again. Last couple of minutes and it will be ready. Great, I've left it to cool down for a few minutes. This will be our dinner tonight, which we are likely to have with a salad on the side and maybe some olive bread or normal bread, whatever bread we have in the freezer. I will try a little piece just for the benefit of the video, also because I'm really keen to see what it tastes like. I've never made it before with the two types of potatoes. So I'm going to slice a little piece. This will be even better, by the way, cold if you put it in the fridge and you can eat it tomorrow, or you can do it the night before for the day after. And I think sometimes this type of food cold tastes even better. I'll try a little piece, making sure that I get hold of both types of potatoes in there. Still steaming hot. Wow, definitely lovely. The contrast between the sweet potato and the normal potato is incredible, and the rosemary, really, its presence is felt, and the cheese is also very nice. I'll suggest that you could also put a little cheese on top and put it under the grill if you want. I didn't do that because I don't want the cheese to take over the taste, so I prefer to taste the omelette as it is, and there is some cheese in there, but personal choices. Different and absolutely delicious. I recommend it. Such an incredible simple dish, very economic, and as always, the most simple things are very often the most delicious. So do make it, it's really nice, and your children will love it, and I'm sure you will love it. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and arrivederci, a presto, e ciao ciao for now, and buon appetito!